all about the upcoming games for October in 2023. This is gaming news on the Game Pass, on the Xbox Game Pass. This is, just to make that one clear now. This is purexbox.com, good website to be fair. Obviously dedicates its website to the one console, which we both have, John. And I know you mostly play your gaming on PC.
But I've still got Game Pass.
Yeah, you still got Game Pass, yeah. John, just out of the list, I don't know if you can bring that up.
I've got the list there, yes.
What one? Gotham Knights is already out.
Gotham Knights is a strange one because I've heard bad things about that game. I've heard that on a visual level and on a sort of performance level, it's not as good as the previous ones. But obviously, the Arkham Asylum sort of franchise, Arkham. I always say Arkham. I'm going to say Arkham.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of franchise has been brilliant over the years.
Yeah.
Really intuitive sort of fighting mechanics and really enjoyable. Those games often get repetitive after a few sort of plays, but hits seem to have the knack of making it really interesting and just differentiating the sort of enemies you'll come up against and keeping it fresh in your mind. Brilliant story, brilliant voice acting. You had the likes of Mark Hamill's Joker popping in and out. And just a really, really interesting and excellently sort of executed comic book video game. Yeah. I don't know what Gotham Knights is like. I'm going to have to search it up, but it's a good start, to be fair. Yeah. It's probably a AAA release.
I saw this one last night, John. NHL 24. You've got a 10-hour free trial with this one. This came out the 3rd of October. I just happened to come across it when I was browsing Game Pass last night. And from EA, of course. This is a franchise that goes back almost 30 years. I was playing NHL 94 on the Mega Drive back in the day, the Sega Mega Drive. I was addicted to that game. This was a sort of over the sort of, I don't know what you call that view. It's like above.
Top down, yeah.
And it was basic graphics, but it was so addictive. The gameplay was fantastic. And there's just something about the later games, I think, have been they're very tough. They're very hard to get into. I've had some variations of the game over the last maybe 10 years, and every time I end up giving up, maybe a month or two into it, I just go, I can't play this anymore.
I always get down the career mode, player mode, with these kind of games. Also the NBA 2K franchise, I remember losing hours to that, playing a sort of character. Also, it wasn't me because I'm not tall enough to be in the NBA. I mean, I think there's been guys around my size played it, but fucking points card or something like that. They're not what a fucking, what do you call them again? A power forward? I can't remember. It's been that long since I've watched NBA now. They've not been fucking guys my size. You have to be like 6'8", 6'10".
Yeah.
Someone 6'2" is small in the NBA. But it's always been a sort of player career with these things. Obviously, Madden get worse and worse over the years, to be fair, but it's always been like sort of superstar mode or career mode I've played. I don't go on and play like real people online with these games because they know the rules much better than me. They know the sport much better than me. It's not like FIFA or Pro Evo back in the day, or EAFC as it's called now, where I can destroy them because I know the sport, I know the tactics. So it's always been a sort of single player experience, and I'm much like yourself, Steve, in NHL. Dabble with it over the years. It's a sport that's so incredibly fucking difficult in real life, and they've really replicated it in the games. Cannot score.
Yeah,
it's impossible. You've got this big guy who's even bigger sort of guard shit on, guarding a tiny little goal.
Goals,
and you've got this tiny little puck, and I have not got a fucking clue how to get it past him. Yeah. And it still blows my mind.
It's so much
that
easier
people can't put them
FIFA.
past.
Yeah.
Well, it is. It really is, especially when the keepers are letting the balls through their hands and shit like that, like they're doing in this year's game.
I suppose Forza Motorsport would be the next one that sort of stands out, John.
Warhammer's a sort of good kind of thing if you're into that. I'm not. I'm not into it. I'm not going to lie.
No, I'm not into that.
Forza's again used to be a franchise that was renowned, and everyone. I mean, even now they're anticipating it. But for whatever, I've watched guys who are sim racers, and I've also got a ridiculous fucking direct drive wheel.
Oh yeah.
And they've kind of tried to dabble with it, and apparently it doesn't give you the most clearest of force feedback on the wheel. It's more for people with controllers. So, but I remember playing Forza back in the day and loving it and racing people online, and it was some buzz. It really was. It's a great motorsport game. It's also the sort of flagship Xbox racing game. It's like their Gran Turismo.
Yeah.
Where it's like a sort of, what do you call it again? An exclusivity. It's exclusive to the actual Xbox brand and Game Pass on PC, of course. I think, yeah, PC. So I don't know how that's looking. I've looked into it. The graphics look decent. They've removed some tracks that were in previous games, features that were in previous games. But it'll be a good fun racing game, to be fair. They always are.
Something I've never been really good at.
Racing? No, I can't say I'm good at it, Steve.
Yeah. I don't know, John. We had that Burnout Paradise game, and you were really good at it. I mean, it was fun. It was just it wasn't a serious.
Oh, I'm all right at it, Steve. I like the F1 shit now, and also I've got actual simulator. Can you call it a sim? A settle course, or is that a sim? I don't know. You've not got G-forces and shit like that, but I'm not bad. I'm not too bad. I do enjoy it, but you're right. I was probably better than a controller.
Yeah,
than I am in a wheel. Despite spending stupid money.
That confuses me about this list, John. When you look at City Skylines 2, it says for the platform PC, but up at the top it says here's the latest list of Xbox Game Pass announcements. So what does that mean? What does that mean when it just says PC? How can it be PC if you're telling it it's on Xbox Game Pass? I'm not sure. Maybe it's. Yeah. I'm not sure. I'm very disappointed if this is not coming to the Xbox. Surely it would be coming to the Series X, I would have thought. I've not looked into that, Stephen, to be honest. I know you're one for avoiding this game like the plague, John, for reasons, not because you don't like those games. I think it's because you love those games. And I lose my life to them. Yeah, and I kind of do to an extent. Any free hour I've got. And I've kind of still got PTSD from the SimCity mobile game when we were in holiday in that villa and there was no internet. Yeah. That was all I had to do was play that. It was good. It was a good game, but fuck me, it gives me flashbacks to having no access to the outside world. Yeah, I was in a villa getting fucking wrecked on bourbon every night. It was a good holiday. We had our own pool. It was good, but still want to have access to the internet. There's only so much fucking books and shows that you've put onto your iPad you can actually watch before it's like, right, can I go on Twitter and do something? I know, yeah, that was a standout of the holiday though, Stephen. Space Boy. But we've got a couple of comments. Real Radium says he likes DC. She, I'm presuming. They. Don't know what the pronouns are. Are we doing that? They like DC movies. We like DC movies as well, Stephen. Huge amount of them. Yeah. Grew up with Tim Burton's Batman. Also the Schumacher Batman movies as well. Not so good, but I would be lying if I says I didn't like them as a kid. I watched the Dark Knight Rises over the weekend. Dark Knight Rises was the weakest of the trilogy, but still good. Yeah. I mean, you've got Tom Hardy playing Bane. Yeah. Can't really lose. And obviously Marion Cotillard. Yeah. Was it Marion Cotillard? Yeah. Was it? Yeah. That was, for some reason I doubted myself there. Yeah. As Talia al Ghul. Talia. Yes, and Raj's daughter. Yeah. It was a good film. Just not as good as Dark Knight. Anne Hathaway as the flip-flopping Selena Kyle. Yeah. Yeah, we love DC, man. Yeah. Even the most recent stuff. I love Man of Steel. I know Stephen loves Man of Steel. People like shit in that. I think it's one of the best Superman movies ever made. Yeah. Yeah. Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice, not a bad film. Ultimate Edition was good. Yeah, I liked that. Moments in Justice League, even the Whedon version, the resurrection scene with Superman when he actually looks at Flash when he's running, he's good. Like, what the fuck? You see the terror in his face. Yeah. I've still not seen Flash, Stephen. I need to watch Flash. Is good, John. I like it. You know that you watch it. It gets a bad rap. You know, I actually do like Ezra Miller as an actor. He's a phenomenal actor, John. There's no, I mean, obviously away from personal stuff, he's a phenomenal actor. I always want to call him Creedence Barebones, and I'm now concerned that's a band. I think it's Creedence Clearwater Revival's the band. Creedence Barebones is the name of the character. He says it would have been great if Xbox Game Pass includes Assassin's Creed Mirage. You had Assassin's Creed back in the day, the original one. Yeah, I've had a lot. I've played Odyssey. I think it was the one set in ancient Greece in the Mediterranean. Unbelievable game. Black Flag, probably my favourite pirate game. I think they're remastering it. Yeah. I've still not played the Valheim, I think it is. The Viking one. Yeah. I love the Assassin's Creed. I liked the first one, John. I kind of went off it after that. I don't think I had the time or the Black Flag's amazing, Stephen. It's unbelievable. I'm just looking at these other ones. Obviously, the Ultimate Fighting Champion and their 10-hour free pass. I don't know. I've never been. I can't believe there's a fifth instalment of that game. I remember when the first one came out. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. And I take it that other EA Sports one's a rally.
Rally,
one?
yeah.
Yeah, 5
World
hour.
Rally Championship,
That's
yeah.
still decent. I mean, that's pretty good for 1 month.
You see, I'm a clown, Stephen, because I pay for Game Pass and it's the premium version, so I get like Xbox Live and stuff.
Yeah.
But I also pay for EA Play Pro,
Yeah.
and it's like £15 a month.
Yeah.
And I get these games, and I don't think it's actually worth it. To be honest.
Now you've seen that list.
I don't know. I'm talking about EA Play Pro. I don't know if it's worth. I mean, I suppose if you play 2 free games on it, it's kind of paid for itself in a year.
Yeah, that's exactly it. That's the way I look at it.
And a half, I've played Madden, I played EAFC, I played Jedi Survivor. So to be fair, I'm talking shit. I'm getting my value out of it. I think there's other ones I've played as well. F1, 23.
Yeah, all the Battlefield games are on there
Battlefield,
as well.
so.
Yeah.
I
Like
don't
that
have
kind
to
of thing.
dabble with that. But then I transitioned to keyboard and mouse. And that's a mistake.
Yeah, definitely.
My reactions are phenomenal, I have to stress. Like 150 odd milliseconds.
Yeah, you're changing sort of from a console to a PC. It's
Got one of the best mouses on the fucking planet, a Logitech G Pro Wireless. I've got a 240 hertz refresh rate monitor, and these people are still fucking killing me when I get around corners. What the fuck? So, yeah, it was a mistake. I digress.